Hello and welcome back to another episode of Push to Talk, the series where I, Lewis, talk about particular topics in and around the gaming sphere to help keep you guys in the loop. Today, let's talk about Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2's Ranked Play, which was released alongside Season 2 of the Battle Pass. Yes, they made us wait 4 months for it, but it's finally out. So, does it live up to my expectations? Let's talk about it. But before we get into that, you guys know what to do. Make sure to like the video, subscribe if you want to see more content just like this, and obviously ding dong that notification bell to be notified when we upload next, because we upload videos every single week. Now let's dolphin dive in. So, Ranked Play. What is it? Well, it's about as close to the Call of Duty League as you can get as a casual player. It works very much like other ranked modes in other FPS games such as Apex or Valorant, where you start at the bottom and climb your way up to the top, which is a lot easier said than done. A little fun fact about Modern Warfare 2's Ranked Play is that although the game is developed by Infinity Ward, the Ranked Play itself has been developed by Treyarch. Now, if you know anything about Call of Duty games, then you'll know that each game has a 1-year life cycle. Each year, developers Infinity Ward, Treyarch and Sledgehammer Games take turns in releasing their own respective Call of Duties. Infinity Ward is known for its Modern Warfare series, Treyarch their Black Ops series, and Sledgehammer Games who brought us Jetpacks in Advanced Warfare. Now back to talking about Ranked Play itself. Unlike most FPS games, with the exception of Halo, Call of Duty has 3 game modes to load up into. In case you're unfamiliar, let me give you a rundown of the game modes. First, the game mode that people will be most familiar with, Search and Destroy, or S&D for short. Much like in Valorant and Counter-Strike, Search and Destroy consists of 2 teams battling it out to either eliminate the other team or destroy an objective. Each team takes turns on being offense and defense. The attacking team needs to plant a bomb at one of 2 locations on the map, while the defending team needs to prevent them from doing so. If the bomb is successfully planted, then the defending team needs to defuse it before it explodes. And first to 6 rounds wins. Nothing out of the ordinary. Next up is my personal favourite, Hardpoint, which is an extremely fast-paced respawn game mode. The objective is to capture and hold the designated hard point for as long as possible. Every 60 seconds, the hard point changes location, so it requires a lot of map control and awareness for knowing when to rotate and where the enemy team is rotating from. The team that manages to hold the point for 250 seconds wins the match. Pretty simple. And lastly, we have probably the hardest to explain unless you're experienced with Overwatch. Control. Call of Duty's Control plays similarly to Overwatch's, where 2 teams fight against one another to capture and defend 2 objectives on the map. The attacking team needs to capture both points before the time runs out, while the defending team needs to prevent the attackers from capturing them. They can do this by either stalling out the timer, or they can eliminate all the enemies. Now that last part might sound a bit confusing as it sounds similar to S&D, so let me elaborate. Unlike Hardpoint where you have unlimited respawns, in Control both teams are provided 30 lives amongst their respective teams. Once those lives deplete, if a player dies, then they won't be able to respawn for the rest of the round. And if all players die after that, then the round goes to the opposition. I should also mention that Control is a best of 5, so first to 3 wins the match. I hope that made sense. Now with that out of the way, let's talk about Ranked Play so far. Well, along with Ranked Play, Season 2 saw the introduction of the assault rifle dubbed the ISO Hemlock. And let's just say, it was broken. Emphasis on was because as of today, the 23rd of February, it's banned. Thank God. To put it simply, the Hemlock was the best gun available in Ranked Play due to its fast time to kill and fast ADS time. The meta SMG, the Vaznev 9K, was still viable at close range, but the meta assault rifle, the TAC-50 wasn't really able to compete. That was mainly due to its much slower ADS time. As an SMG player myself, the Hemlock was extremely difficult to play against on larger maps, as people would just post up on head glitches and just fry you from afar. And being an SMG player, you can't really challenge long-range gunfights. But now the Hemlock's been banned, so hopefully things will balance out. More or less. I say more or less because of my next point. Hackers. Since Vanguard, Call of Duty has had an anti-cheat called Ricochet, but as it turns out, it does absolutely f*** all for Ranked Play. The blatant use of aimbots and wall hacks are prominent throughout all ranks, and it just makes the game extremely frustrating to play. Okay, saying that hackers are prominent may be a bit of an overstatement. I've played around 50 ranked games so far, and I've probably ran into 2 hackers, so 1 in every 25 isn't that bad, but just saying that it's not that bad doesn't take away from the fact that the game still has hackers. Take the top 250 ranked players. I'm not completely aware of all of the details, but from what I know, multiple players in the Call of Duty League and Challengers have stated that a large portion of the top 250 are suspected to be hackers who have previously been banned on match sites such as UMG and Checkmate. These players tend to play solo, so to avoid running into them, the pros usually 4-stack where they'll likely be pitted against other pros 4-stacking. So if I were you, I suggest finding 3 other teammates so you can do the same. So how is a COD kid, me, finding ranked play? Well, I love Call of Duty esports, and for the longest time I actually wanted to compete, but couldn't really do so because the Malaysian scene's dead. That, and I never owned a PS4 to compete on. But once the CDL was announced and the competitive scene was moving over to PC from PS4, I finally had hope, only to quickly be humbled and realize that I'm only the best among my friends. And as a competitive person, I always want to get better, so what's a perfect way to do that? Well, ranked. But it's always been the case with Call of Duty, as ranked play is just never available at launch. It's been like this since Cold War, and at this point, I just accept it. But I digress, because all that matters is that it's out now. So far, I've been having a blast. I prefer Modern Warfare 2 over the past 2 Call of Duties that also had ranked play, as Cold War's time to kill was a bit too slow for my liking, and Vanguard was a bit too fast. I find that Modern Warfare 2 is a good balance bang on right in between. I bring this up because for me to enjoy ranked, I need to enjoy the game. Because if I enjoy the game, being the competitive person that I am, I want to try and be the absolute best. Unfortunately, I'm not as young as I was when I first got into Call of Duty, and I have a lot less time to play nowadays. Before, I would wake up at 8 AM, play until 2 AM, and then go to bed, and then rinse and repeat. But now I'm an adult, and I have a job, bills to pay, and responsibilities. So I don't have enough hours in a day to do that anymore. If I did, then I can assure you that I would be playing ranked non-stop. But I've got plenty of time, as it's only been the first couple of weeks, and Modern Warfare 2 is going to have a 2-year-long life cycle. Going off of that same point, there's a lot that can be improved upon, but there's also a lot of time for that. I just hope that Activision, Infinity Ward, and Treyarch will actually take advantage of the time given and actually listen to the community. And that's it for this episode. If you guys have any other topics you would like me to discuss, then feel free to leave a comment down below. And again, if you enjoyed this video, then be sure to like, subscribe if you want to see more content just like this, and obviously ding dong that notification bell to be notified when we upload next, because we upload videos every single week. Thank you all for watching. My name's been Lewis from Kakuchopurei, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Ciao for now.